Hello, my beautiful friends. How are you? I hope you are doing well. I continue to get messages and DMs and emails about the podcast and where it is. So I just want to remind you that the weekly recurring podcast is now inside the Mom on Purpose membership, where you can get weekly coaching for moms over at momonpurpose.com/coaching. And I will still continue to pop in here monthly for a free episode that you can get that will come out kind of around the middle of the month or so. Today's episode is all about rethinking goal setting, specifically if you're a busy mom. We get so much information about goal setting that I think is vague and general at worst, and at best is just simply kind of like inspiring and motivating. And I really wanted to take a different approach. So it's not that this isn't inspiring and motivating, but it's just that I'm sharing kind of my views and philosophies and frameworks for goal setting that I think will help you achieve long-term success. And that's really how I approach all of my goals. I really don't feel a surge of inspiration in January, like I'm gonna do it this year, and then kind of fall off in May, or definitely not do it in December. Like, that's not me. I work on usually one goal at a time, and I do it like all the time. So there's never a time where I'm typically not having one goal. And because I'm focusing on one goal, I make it really doable with busy mom life. And I also don't give myself excuses. I know that if I have a more steady approach and take my desires as so important to the life that I want to create, then that is really going to help me live my best life, which will positively impact, the people around me, my family, because I'm living my purpose. And so in this episode, I'm taking you deeper kind of into the unconventional way that I think about goal setting. I think this dovetails really nicely with the class that I created inside the Mom on Purpose membership this month, which is maybe one of my favorite classes. It's called Life-Changing Decisions That Aren't Goals. And this is a masterclass on how to make life-changing decisions in an instant that compound over time and change your life. And it's not a goal. And people conflate the two. They confuse the two. They say they're setting a goal to wake up at 5 a.m. That's not a goal, my friend. That's a decision. And when you understand the difference between goals and decisions, it's like, poof, the sky is the limit. So obviously inside the membership, you can get life-changing decisions that aren't goals right away. This month's December masterclass, there's a new masterclass every single month. And then also, like today, this podcast is kind of the other angle, which is on goal setting and just the unconventional ways that I think about goal setting that tie in some of the things that I think are common, like the specificity around a goal and having numbers and making it trackable, while at the same time questioning belief about a deadline and seeing what comes up for you there. And I really just think that when you think about goal setting in the way that I am teaching it in this episode, you feel more capable and committed and I think aligned with the future self that you want to be. So if you think about you, like a year ago, what did she want in the next 12 months? And did you do that? And maybe you did, but if there's any part of you that didn't do it, then why would you think that in the next 12 months it's going to be any different unless you've completely changed your mind? And what I mean by that is not changed your mind from a yes to a no, but changed your mind, right? We think that the problem is outside of us, but that's never the case. The problem is a mind problem. You have to change your mind to think in a new way at a different level to create the results that you want. The way that you were thinking throughout the year created the results that you created, some of which you might really like, but others of which you might not. So for my weight loss girlies, it's like if you went up and down, or even if you went down but very slowly or something like that, it's like that mentality, that mind that you have now created that result. And it's going to be the same next year. And so you don't want to do that, right? That's the power of coaching. It's not really necessarily that you learn something completely new and different, although I do hope that I'm teaching something new and different. But more important than that, it's like it's conflating the time that it takes to do something because the tools help you manage the primitive brain. Like, you know how to lose weight, but you're still not doing it. And so you don't need to, have a new scientific method for weight loss. What you need is someone to help you do the thing and manage your brain around it. Anyways, sort of a tangent, but all related to creating the life that you want. And that's really what decision making is about, as well as what goal setting is about, and understanding how words matter and have meaning and impact. And the unconventional way that I think about goal setting really allows you to set big goals. Like, I love to set a good goal and be high achieving, but I still love doing that within the scope of the season of life that I'm in, which is like very busy and full with little ones. And so when you have a constraint like that, I think it just requires you to be so much more efficient. And like it changes the question. Instead of like, how can I do X? It's how can I do X given the constraint of A, B, and C? And it's a totally different question. And that's really why I think, again, this isn't even about weight loss, but what's coming up for me is that example. It's like when I lost 50 pounds in 4 months after having my third baby. Like, I'm the primary childcare. I didn't go to the gym. I did it with 3 under 4. Like, that's appealing to people, right? Because I did more with less. And I want you to break your brain a little bit with what's possible for you while taking action and understanding how to take a loss, which is going to happen on your goal setting journey. And I talk all about that in today's episode, and just the unconventional ways that I think about goal setting that really will help you live the life that's meant for you, because your desires matter, my friend. They really, really do. So, to get the full episode of Unconventional Goal Setting for Moms, as well as the amazing masterclass of life-changing decisions that aren't goals, join me in our community over at momonpurpose.com/coaching, and I will see you inside.